Hey guys, what's going on? It's Tcarp. I was scrolling through some Facebook stuff today, and by the way, I apologize for being so sporadic in video content right now. It's been a little rough. Working a ton at work, at my job. Also just kind of working on my dad's channel, the Sasquatch Awareness Project, which if you didn't know, that's kind of taken off, and I'm going to SpiracyCon August 22nd and 23rd in Cave City, Kentucky, doing that. But I wanted to talk about I really wanted to talk about some knives, like some old school just chilling knife stuff. I need a fire. I don't know. I need a fire, and I need to hang out by it, something fierce. It's been extremely hot this summer. I haven't got a chance to be out much. Got a few new things. Got me a hat. Got me like a hold on. Do y'all like the hat? Genuinely, do y'all like the hat? Like the hat, not like the hat? Let me know. Anyway. Going to be doing a couple things later on this year. Just kind of got some life stuff. Going on a mission trip in October to the Darien Gap. So I'm really excited to show you what I have planned for that. Just fun stuff. Anyway, I wanted to get into knives again and some knife content. So I've got a knife that I bought, I think 6 months ago. I bought it at Target. Like they were changing around their camping gear and stuff like that, and they had the Gerber knife that I had looked at. It was usually $50. I think they had it on sale for $25. So I was like, hey, it's on clearance. I'll grab it. It's made out of stainless steel, and I wanted to talk to you guys about like the stainless steel versus non-stainless steel stuff. So I've got a non-stainless steel knife here. This is a polished carbon steel blade. This is a good old-fashioned Mora. This is $50. Really, really awesome knife. This is a rat tail tang knife. This is not full tang. So you've got your carbon steel blade, and then it comes into a small little rat tail that you've got this. Can you beat on this knife? Yes. Is it 100% bulletproof? No. Is this a great bushcraft carving knife? Yes. Is this a great survival knife? Depends on what you define as survival. Do you beat this or through wood? Do you baton this? I wouldn't. Do people do it? Yes. So, good example of kind of like a bushcraft knife. Let me show you this. This is the old SC. I think this is an SC3. This is an SC3. This is would be classified again as a bushcraft survival knife. I've done a whole thing on that, but this is more of that one tool option because you've got this is full tang, which means the blade runs all the way through and handles are bolted on the side. So that's kind of your, last resort, your survival knife, all that would be kind of this SC3. My frustration with these bad boys is they don't have a 90-degree spine, so not a way to sharpen the blade, or not a way to process things without using the blade. Anyway, my thing is with carbon steel knives, some of them, just depending on what carbon steel you get, will hold an edge really well. These Moras will hold an edge pretty daggum good. But what happens is these carbon steels are really easy to sharpen in the field, like really easy. So you can take this, and I think this bad boy, yep, this is hair popping sharp. You can see that. Just absolutely just raking the hairs right off of there. And I can take a strop to it. I can easily sharpen this stuff up. But it's not going to, is not going to last long. A couple days in the field. But again, I can just sharpen it up. I can strop this up, and it will be hair popping sharp. So it's easy to maintain. Something like, let's say, this is a stainless steel knife. This is a Spyderco in CPM S30V steel. This thing is not hair. Well, yeah, actually it is. It'll cut some hairs off. Okay, cool. But this thing, you can't take a strop to it and make it, hair popping sharp. You're going to have to take some time with this to get it sharpened up. So, but it's going to take a long time for it to mess up, for it to get dull. So that's the argument is, do you want to sharpen something at home and take 20, 30 minutes, an hour maybe to sharpen this thing, but it lasts a long while in the woods? Or do you take something that's carbon steel that not necessarily going to last 2-3 days with the sharpness, but you can sharpen it up in 30 seconds with a strop? That's the argument. For me, I find myself more toward carbon steel knives. I like that. I really do. It's more traditional. Now, here's another downside of carbon. Boy, these things will rust on you. You have to keep them oiled. You have to keep them oiled. So, for me, I really like that. I really like vegetable oil or avocado oil or olive oil. Really, I like olive oil a lot. Just good old-fashioned cooking oil. Do that. If you're a trapper, man, those raccoons, those possums, that oil works great. Deer tallow, you can melt that down. Not bad at all. I mean, God, in a survival situation, God gives you all the tools you're going to need. So a carbon steel blade, in my opinion, works great. And you can sharpen it up with one of these Viking sparks. And, really easily. One of my favorite, if you guys have been following me for any length of time, my favorite sharpener. And I am not sponsored by them. They did not send this to me. I wish they would. Work Sharp. Oh, this Work Sharp field sharpener is the bomb. The bomb. It is even powerful enough to sharpen that CPM S30V steel, which is hard steel. It's hard. Just Tcarp stocks. But I really miss talking to you guys. Really miss being on camera with y'all. Thank you guys for watching. Again, like, subscribe, share, all the things. Love y'all. This is Tcarp signing out.